Welcome to Friday.
Is it Friday?
Honestly, the funny thing is, I knew it was Friday, but I thought it was Thursday. I knew it was
Mm.
Friday, but I thought it was Thursday. And when it was Thursday, I thought it was Friday. I'm like, this hurts my brain. Welcome everybody to another edition of Friday Night Insight, Friday Night Tune-Up, Cosmic Insight. What am I saying here? I guess it's that type of energy tonight. Um, I'm your co-creator, Hillis, Pugh, along with that.
Rebecca Gregory here. Thanks everyone for joining us now or in the future, whenever you come across us. We so appreciate you all, and hello to everyone who's joining us live this evening for the interactive part. And here we go for another Friday night riding the wave, and it has been a wave this week. Woo! Woo. I mean, we literally had a wave in our house today. We had flooding in our house, so it has been a wave. All cleaned up,
Yeah,
no damage. We're good.
yeah. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, honestly, um, I've been clearing out a lot of energies in my own personal field, and it just really has opened up a lot of other energies and a lot of other stuff. And so, as everyone knows, well, maybe not everyone, but we are in the, well, according to who you talk to, we're either in the middle or we're at the end of this serious portal gateway energy, which started on July 3rd, which is a lot of energy that's coming in. And those who are aware and know about Sirius is the center of our galactic energy, the galactic universe. And that's where everything, comes from. It's almost like our second mother, if you will. It's like the grandparent, you know, it's like the grandfather and grandmother of all energies.
Well, that's why everything is being reset right now.
Push the big red button,
Oh
right?
man, yes.
And so, what has been, other than you being flooded today, what's been going on in your world?
It is this week. I don't even know where to begin this week. I could take 3 hours to tell you everything. That it has been a monstrosity this week of just the most fantastic shift in my world, with the most interesting things happen to me. One starting with you know, a family issue. With yeah, family issue that came up, and I'm not going to go into this story, but basically my heart was really broken, and in that moment it was like I literally felt like pulled out of my chest in my heart space. And in that moment at time, I was just heartbroken in this situation that had happened. But in saying that, I realized that was the moment I set myself free.
Yeah.
And so ever since that happened, it's just there's just been this huge shift and change within me that I just feel like it's just this opening, and it's just I still haven't settled into it, but it's been quite a ride, but it feels really good.
I think that's what's happening a lot with a lot of people when it's stepping
Exactly.
into, well, some of us would call or consider uncharted territories,
Mhm.
and not really understanding. Sometimes, we lose track of what's happening. And I just have to say this because this is hilarious. I mean, and I seldom do this. I normally am on top of my schedule, knowing what's happening that day, and I'm prepared. But yesterday, I'm having my lunch, finishing up my lunch, and I get a phone call, and it's from someone who I'm supposed to be doing an interview with, and she's calling me, and she's like, "Hillis, when are you coming on? I'm ready." And I'm like, "Well, we have an interview right now." It's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh crap!" And it's a live show, so I mean, mind you, I'm just like la 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 la. I'm like, "Oh crap! I got to get ready for an interview." I said, "Give me 5 minutes. Let me do what I got to do." And what the most amazing thing about this, you guys, is it was one of the most amazing interviews I've ever done. and how we intertwine and transverse the topics of the hour. And I say that to say is that even though sometimes we may be caught off guard in what is happening in our life, especially now, but when you allow yourself to be caught off guard, knowing that you have the wisdom and resources and energy to rise up to the occasion to be met, to rise up into the energy to express what needs to be expressed. And yes, there's a lot happening right now, no doubt about it. I mean, I feel it every day, but it's in that space of trusting what's happening and being
Mhm,
prepared no matter what.
mhm.
And so it's in that level of preparedness that we allow ourselves to move into higher space.
I wanna add to that. So it's not even about being prepared, it's about knowing that you're always prepared no matter what's thrown at you.
Well, yeah.
Then you could step into the energy and the flow of it.
Yeah, exactly. As I was finishing my lunch, I'm like, oh, well, this was perfect timing.
Oh, that's when I called you when the flood was happening. I'm like, "The house is flooding right now."
Yeah, people have a habit of calling me when I'm finishing my food. It's just the
I
universe is refueling me. It's like, okay, he's ready now. He's ready to take on what needs to be taken on.
exactly.
But Rebecca, you have something interesting to share with us tonight now, don't you?
I have a lot to share tonight, but I'm gonna start out with something during my week this week. Um, I came across something. I actually did this on my other show that I used to do, Cosmic Tune Up, a few years ago. And I was kind of going back and something's like, you need to read this tonight because it's meant to be received tonight. So I'm going to read a message I was channeled. I actually said a few years ago that is feel like it needs to be told tonight. So I was told I need to read it. So um here we go. You ready? As we move into the world of the great divine, we are amongst the mystery of the unknown, the unseen, and now seen. The time to embrace yourself as we as a whole, a complete embodiment of the divine with God within you, has to pass. A time of truth, a time of all time, a time of change, and to stand up and say, no more, no more, embrace the light of you. The multidimensional being you are here to expand into. What is happening now on this planet is this: it has come to a head to tear down and embrace your fears. See your desires and move past them beyond the truth of this reality we have kept ourselves trapped in for far too long. We must now more than ever stay grounded and rooted in not what we were told we should be, however, what we were born here to shift. The great experience of humanity is here. Release your wild side, let your hair down, and grow within. We all are magic. Be the magic of you. Embrace the magic of everything. Now is the time, and now is the time, and time do you have. Don't feed into the old reality what is trust upon humanity at this time. The sword is drawn for the future of existence of this planet. The great shift has begun, and we're in it now. Do not fear us. Use this experience to grow, learn, and allow to receive the up level that is happening. We know it is a challenge for you all. Insanity is at an all-time high. Flow in the wave of it. Rest, rest, rest. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Open, open, open. Surrender, surrender, surrender. And trust, trust, trust who you are. Stop questioning what comes to you, yet always sit with it to see if it is for you or to pass on. Play and explore with the curiosity that energy shifts coming in, find new ways to navigate these higher frequencies. It is time to connect and feel within you like never before. It is time, my dear little ones, to evolve to a world of peace. It can and will happen. Yes, my dear, you have chosen to be here for the beginning of this shift, which means you have strength inside you and magic inside you. I think this message was for me that requires to be unlocked. You have all the keys once you open your heart to receive. Don't allow the distractions in this world to stop from this birthright you have chosen. To shine back and knock down all the walls that have stopped humanity in the past. Find the sun as a source of energy. Clear your minds of the hate. Allow the triggers to soften your hearts to create a new world, a whole new world of love. You all have got this, and the galaxy is protecting you and cheering you on. And here's a list of things to do. Rest, go within, ground, open eye meditation, outside to open and expand, flow with the energy to open, observe the world around you and receive a new way. And then they tell me that water is the key to cleanse and clear and reset and to assist in holding the new frequency, release memories locked inside the molecules. As I cleanse my body with this purification of water. So when you're doing water, this is the thing that came up. As I cleanse my body with this purification of water, I release any and all memory of low vibrations trapped from coming into the field of awareness. I am the vibration of love, joy, and grace, and that is who is chose to be. I open with gratitude and love to restructure this water to vibration now. It is done, is done, is done, and so it is. Words to remember.
And so it is.
And so it is. That was a little longer. I kind of didn't read the whole thing. I was like, oh, but anyway, that's the little message. So, and there's this little poem that came along with it. If I can read that as well.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm just on a roll tonight. I've got to read the whole thing. It says, Amatai Maka. The power of me I bring to thee, so I can be who I was meant to be. I open my heart, surrender to thee, and now stem from love and open to any fear. With joy as my vibration and grace as my space, I call all the universe energy of all, and so it is. Connected to the heart, connected to the spirit, embodied as one holy light unit. In the oneness of me I be, in the allness of all that is, in the gratitude of all that is, I claim and say yes to this I be.
Mm, yes.
So that
And
was it for tonight. Thank you for enduring that long message. It was a little longer than I thought it was supposed to be, but
and as
that's
we all know and understand, the time is now.
yes,
And
yes,
this infinite now, this infinite time that is here for us to do what we are supposed to do.
exactly. Exactly. And moving into it and really, going within to see the world around you that is really, really, really showing us a whole nother level exactly what's happening if you open to be in it and see it.
Yes, 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 yes. You know, what's really magnificent about this time now in the lessons that we are allowing ourselves to learn, learning what tools to use, learning more about the variations and the frequencies of the vibrations of energy that's being emitted and the energies that are incoming in this moment in this on this planet within us. What are we allowing? What are we not allowing? What are we seeing? What are we not seeing? It's all about as you talked about, this ebb and flow, this balance.
Hmm.
And a lot of us are really don't know how to bring this energy into balance. And what's coming to mind as I speak of this is something that I talked about on this interview that I did yesterday with Kathy Mason, which was a
Hmm.
phenomenal interview. Um, about timelines and how in the beginning of the year and late last year to beginning of this year, how challenging it was for myself and some of my peers to do readings for people because everything was shifting and
Yes.
everything was moving, and there was, you could do like a really amazing reading for people, but not really pinpoint dates or times because it's like, oh well, that's happening, oh that's happening,
Yeah.
and kind of like skirt around it. And so as the energy is settling, it's like now we can allow ourselves to settle into this energy that's now, this new frequency that's now. But the question is, for how long? Until it
Mhm.
shakes everything up all up. It's like, okay, shake it all up again, just like a snow globe, we're in this giant snow globe
Exactly.
and somebody could just pick it up, shake it all around, and it's like, oh, great, here we go again. and,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Just when you think you're, like, settled in, it's like, whoo, another swoosh comes, and you just gotta get it right. You just have to be prepared for the swooshes because 'cause they're gonna come, and they're gonna knock you off balance sometime, and that's okay. It's just redirect, recourse, and find your way back into balance.
Well, that too, and what I'm also being reminded of in this moment is I always refer to it. Always, there's always because it holds such a back. It's such a poignant part of my life now. Is a ceremony that I did last year in the month
Mhm.
of September, and there was a moment when my dear friend Kelly, when she came back with even more potent medicine, and it was in the middle of the week, or was it a weekend? I think it was a weekend. I can't remember. But the medicine we had, none of us were ready. None of us were like truly prepared for what the intentions that were released with this medicine,
Mhm.
and it knocked everyone on their asses. And I was even knocked for a loop, and I've been doing it for a while. And I'm like, whoa, this is intense. And so it's about you understanding the energy, because the
Mhm.
second go around I was more stable with it. I was more grounded and connected with it. And so it's when we find that connection, find that energy of the frequencies to stabilize ourselves, because that's what's happening now. We are in the space of allowing ourselves to stabilize the energy, to stabilize the frequency that's within us, and to find the resonance and field of the incoming waves. Because
Mhm.
once we find that, then it's like, okay, I know what this is. I know how to deal with this. And that's with everything that's happening, because we all are finding or feeling this bombardment of energy and this desire to release what is being desired to be released. And it's moving into this really amazing space of knowing what to do and having the tools to be equipped to do what is being asked of.
Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, it's and just know that the energies are it's just coming in so intense. And I was going to say something, I lost my train of thought there for oh, I know what I was going to say. It's back. It is, see, it goes and it comes. I got swirled, but I'm back. When you were talking about that, one of the things with these energies coming through, I've noticed for you, and I don't know, I've been noticing and been tracking, and I don't know about you. It's kind of like when these huge blasts come in, we get blast apart. And there's a time period where you're kind of you're kind of like out of sorts. And that's the time to kind of really kind of allow yourself to be wobbly and messy. And remember that you're not alone, even though things are kind of wobbly and messy right now, because that's that new energy and that's that time to create and bring it back into you. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to add that. Or like
No,
Weeble Wobbles. Remember the Weeble Wobbles when you were little? You pushed them and they went poop, poop.
yeah. No, it's funny because there's two references that came to mind, but of course, yet again, going back to September, there was, yeah, it was, and actually, it was the same night of the taking the medicine for this the first time that night. I was literally felt my body was blown apart on an
Mhm,
energetic level. I
mhm,
literally, and so this feeling of being blown apart is a familiar feeling. And so, in essence, I was also being prepared for now. Thank you
mhm.
for that reminder.
You're
Uh,
welcome. Weebles
uh,
Wobbles.
and so it's just being, and so now it's just understanding how to put the pieces back together, the pieces that I want, not everything, because everything doesn't need to come
Mm-mm.
back. Whatever can be discarded, but it's about allowing you to hold on to what matters for you, you know?
Exactly. And making that choice of who you are becoming and what you don't doesn't serve you anymore just needs to melt away because you don't have to carry it anymore. It's like there's this fine line that's happening right now, between what was the past experience and what we're creating. And you can let go faster than you ever have been able to in the past
Exactly,
because we're in a
exactly.
whole new existence right now. whole
Yeah,
new existence. And you could see the shift coming more, even like the beauty of the planet. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that 5D and that new energy with the clouds and the sunsets, there's new colors coming out. And it's just the world, even though all this is going on, but it's just there's so much beauty that's coming out as well.
it is. It is.
And I want to say a story. Can I tell them about my new website?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did
This
you
is
want to do
super
story time? But
private.
we can do announcements now, and then we can do story time.
Well, I could just do this one's announcement because it's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So everybody knows me and my journey with a website. Well, it got changed again last night. So come to find out, I'm now RebeccaGregory.com. And here's what happened. And I'm going to tell you what happened because it's so like, it's so how the universe is talking to us now. So, I had Be the Change in You. So somehow, I don't know what, I guess I didn't renew it when I transferred it and some other company has it. Anyway, it's dead in the water. I can't get it back. It's gone. So last night, I realized I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was like, okay, so how can I work this? And I, went down the rabbit hole. Maybe I'm just not supposed to have a website, blah, blah, blah. So I went down that hole for a few minutes. And then I'm like, wait a minute. This is all about the universe saying, be the change in you and claim who you are and step into who you are. So now I'm RebeccaGregory.com and everything's working beautifully.
I've been telling her that since I've known her to have her name.
I know, but I had it before, and then anyway, it's
Yeah,
been
I
a
know.
thing. So it's like, but I'm just saying it's a funny little story of apropos of how I was shifted and went through this crazy journey with my website, and now I like kind of claimed everything, and everything fell into place, and that's kind of how the universe is right now.
Yes. And in
And
addition
what?
to that, your amazing new website, don't you have something coming up too?
Yeah, I have a couple things coming up. So tonight, after this show, I'm actually going to be on Reverend Rob Lee's show. It was Terror and the Attitude. I don't know what I'll have to look. I'll let you know before the show. I'll have to look on it. He sent me the link. If you want to jump on after this, I'll be on that show. Also, I am teaming up with my friend who was going to come on tonight, but I guess she didn't make it, Jordan from England. And we've decided to do a free online workshop. So there is the website to get the link to the page to sign up. It's going to be July the 21st, 2022 at 6 o'clock England time, 1 o'clock our time here in the States, Eastern Pacific time. But I hooked it up. So you can also just go to my website, RebeccaGregory.com, and under the events page, and you can link that'll take you there as well. So that's the brilliance I did today in my new me.
Beautiful. I
So
love it.
yeah, so join us. It ought to be a lot of fun. So we'll just and that's my big
Yes,
announcement.
I love it. And before we get into story time, we have someone new joining us this evening, Jane. So, Jane, I just want to take this time to thank you for showing up for the first time with us and connecting with us tonight. And however, we have stopped doing readings for the show, but what we do have is what we call story time. And this is a part of the show where Rebecca pulls from either tarot or oracle cards to bring a message of divinity for the group and for the show. However, if you want a personalized reading, I recommend that you reach out to either Rebecca or myself personally to have more of a personal reading for yourself. These are readings that we charge for. And the reason why we have shifted to doing story time is so that way the whole group feels more inclusive and we are connected to planetary energies to bring a more cohesive message for all who are watching this evening. So thank you, Jane, for joining us. And as I said, if you wish to have a personal reading, you can reach out to Rebecca or myself at cosmicinsightradio@gmail.com. She's lining them up, and
I
she's
need
going
a bigger table to do this. I'm running out of room.
to. And as you prepare the cards for story time,
I'm falling on the floor.
it's the energies really have been allowing uh, sending messages, and now is the time, the message that I'm being guided to share with everyone is now is the time to shift your energy and to claim your power, to claim your identity, to claim who you are, which is why Rebecca went through what she went through with her website. I mean, because when I started writing poetry years ago, about 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more, and I was always afraid or had a little bit of shame around, people knowing who I am. So I had a pseudonym, and my pseudonym at the time was Phantasm. So anytime I would go to open mic nights, in Chicago, and there was always like this little group that only knew me as Phantasm, as capital PH, my initials backwards, so it was still
Were
me,
you
but
a
not
dancer?
me. Huh?
Were you a dancer?
No, open mic poetry. But I,
That's
but I, but I, but I am an excellent dancer, though. I am an excellent dancer. Uh, no, but I say all of that to say because we always come up with these clever ways to hide our identities, to hide who we are. And now the time of hiding who you are is done. There's no need to hide who you are anymore, and allow yourself to really own up and step up into your truth of who you are. Now, there was something I read earlier that kind of struck me, and I can't remember what it is for the life of me now, but it was along the lines of really owning all aspects of you, everything from your personality to your sexuality to how you identify with yourself, everything. So, whatever you feel right now, own it and just be that. Story time. I
story time. I need a little introduction. Story time.
know, I was looking at something that StreamYard just started
Hmm.
about having our own music on here now. So maybe I'll come up with a little theme song for
A little
story.
jingle. Are we gonna come up with a jingle?
Could be.
Oh, that might be fun. And that's what it's all about too, is creative and play right now. And I want to thank shoo. Okay. So everybody close their eyes right now. And I have a feeling story time's going to be a little playful because the fairies came in tonight and the dragons wanted to speak tonight. And the dragons have been very busy lately, very, very, very busy. And and I just want everybody to take a deep breath. And if you first time experiencing story time, it's just kind of an overall message that comes through in the moment. We ask that everybody you settle into you, hear the words that are coming through, and allow yourself to expand of what you require inside of you to move into where you're moving into, to use your own tuition, allow those messages and that insight to come through as we move through the energy of these cars. So, first of all, just take a deep breath in and just be here in the here and now. Because where it's very prevalent in now is that earth energy, that grounded energy, that we are here, that we are here planted on the ground, ready to grow, using the gifts that we were given to open up to a new way of being, using the elements of air and fire. Where do you stand? Where do you be? Blowing, everything's blowing and burning, and open up to that blow and that burn because that is what's uniting to bring yourself into the phoenix that you are as we move through, as everyone moves through together. And look at the situations around you. Look what's going on. Asking why, where, where do I want to be now? What do I want to be now? How do I want to do things now? And allow yourself to play and move through the stickiness, the flowing, the coming to the rainbow of you and opening up to a new space of you. Career changes, identity crises are coming in. Who do you want to be now? It's very and trusting in that and opening up to that new energy of creating something new. I feel a lot in this flow right now. A lot are questioning on what jobs they want to do, what career they want to do, and right now the energy is just asking that you go within, you go in your heart to balance out the masculine and the feminine, and one to divine guidance and blow and move them together and open them up to a brand new place, to a brand new beingness of who you are and who you are, to look at the higher view of the things that have once kept you locked and so okay to your heart and your soul of not expanding to be who you are. And now is really a time to look at those situations that have not been best for you, and to look at those in those situations and open up to a new way, and to look at those situations as how can I redefine these? How can I let go of what I need to let go of? How can I move forward in the best, highest part of me so I can be the best partest place for me in this time, in this energy, and the ley lines are moving. It's connecting to the ground and connecting to who you are and opening up to the higher part of who you are, moving into the heart of who you are, grounded to the earth that you walk on, and being the beingness and the sovereignty of who you are, and opening up to the light and the true godness and God inside of you, and allowing that and giving their self permission for that to emerge in a whole nother way that you've not allowed before. And as we fly and as we move through all this, just watch and open and just be in delight of the beautiful unfoldment on so many levels of what is being created right now, and rejoice in that. Celebrate you, where you've been, and most importantly, what you've let go of to start to move in to the magnificent being you're truly becoming.
That's awesome. I love that. Thank you so much,
You're
Rebecca.
welcome. So thank you for joining us for story time.
And just really quick, thank you, Colette, for joining us this evening. And if you go into Rebecca's event section on her page, you will find it there. But here's the link for you again for Rebecca's class, so you can
Yeah,
watch.
it says, I think it says events and cosmic podcast. It's right in there.
Okay. And so, there, if not, you can always just screenshot this page, this image, or click on the link in the description, and you will be able to find it there.
Or
Oops.
I can send it to you, Colette,
Yeah,
when we get off.
exactly. Yeah. And then move from there. And tonight,
Ha ha! Ha ha! What's ha ha?
it's, I didn't know what was going to happen, but it's time. We have to have tune up time music as
Are
well.
you tuning up tonight?
I guess so. I had a message to come through, and it was like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." Okay.
Well,
Um.
you tune it then. I could do a little sound too if you want. I was
Yes,
teasing
please.
with Hillis. I was like, this is the Becky coming out show.
Yes, it is. It's Becky. Well, that's the first time in a long time I ever called you Becky. I always call you Rebecca.
Uh, Interesting. Yes.
Yes.
We had a whole conversation around that today.
Yes. And so that's what this tonight is. To the theme of today, the night is about really embracing who you really are. um, with the changes, with the flows, with the joys, and the hardships or difficult times, embracing the totality of your beingness and no longer being shy, no longer hiding behind a pseudonym or hiding behind some other identity, no longer hiding your truth of who you are.
Exactly.
And it is just really allowing for you to be in that space of energy of what it is. And if If you see that I'm looking down, it's because I am going through my book of light language. And it's like, nope, not in here. And I'm like, okay, so we're not going to do that. Um, but yeah, it's going to be a very beautiful night. And
Yes.
just know that whatever comes through is for you. Your presence here is what is most important. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go ahead.
Nope, I was going to do an announcement because I thought you were still talking and getting ready, but I will wait to the end.
Um, whatever you are, whatever you're doing, just tell yourself now to taking a nice big deep breath and release. And if you need to stretch a little bit to move some of the energy as the energy is coming in, as I now allow myself to open the energies, the portal of energies that are being asked to come through for tonight, asking permission to access Creator's light and Sophia's love, Mother Earth, Father Sky, allowing their love to come through. And as it comes through, just imagine this braided energy, this intertwined energy of white light and golden light coming down into your crown chakra, coming into the top of your head, activating this connectedness, this knowingness, releasing all fears of self identity, releasing all fears of things that you hid from yourself, and allowing for the energies to be open to be received as we activate now the truth of who you are, the truth of your being, as this energy spirals down through your chakra column, down the vagus nerve, down the spine of the back. And as this energy spirals downward into your spine and flows throughout your limbs, all the way down to your hands and legs and feet and fingers and toes, allow yourself now to be remembered, to remember who you are at the core of you, as you were made from these energies, as you experience this journey through and with these energies, as you allow yourself to identify with your purpose, your path, allowing for this Creator's light and Sophia's love, allowing this energy to form in you, allowing this energy to reside in you, allowing this energy to make its acquaintance with you, this new energy, this new earth energy, this beautiful light, this beautiful love of energy. As we allow for the dragons to come in to circle around us overhead, great protectors, great energy of loyalty as they protect what they love, as they protect what they treasure, as they protect fiercely with all of their beingness, as they fulfill their role and purpose, as their identities are known unto you, as this Creator's light flows throughout into your auric field, repairing all holes, sealing up all aspects, leaks, anything where any energy can be infiltrated, any energy that can escape, anything that is you that you hold dear, allow that to stay. And anything that you wish to let go of, to discard, to be free with your choosing, with your permission. Allowing for all of this energy that is not you to be carried off and away on the wings of these beautiful, magnificent beings of light, our friends, the dragons. allowing your identity of true self to no longer be hidden, even if that means you changing your name, even if it means changing something of you that no longer fits or suits who you are. Allow that representation to be your true new representation, to be the being that you are meant to be from this moment forward, allowing your dreams to guide you, allowing for symbols and instances and uh, coincidences and any and all things to show you your way and path with great clarity now, as we allow for the Creator's light and Sophia's love, this energy come to center of your heart. And just take a deep breath as this energy recedes back into your heart space, to your lower heart and your higher heart. Allow this magnificence of energy to be accessed at your will, at your divine, as this energy is now hold within you. And just allow yourself to take a deep breath in this moment and begin to feel the energy pulsating throughout your body, becoming aware of your body, knowing your body, as you allow this moment now to open your eyes, to be present, to be here, to be now.
Thank you, Hillis.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, dragons. Thank you, Mother Earth.
Mother dragons, Mother Earth, songs.
Yes, and thank you for the sounds, for the accompaniment.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't help it. It just came in.
No, I love it. Thank you. And you,
Me?
yes.
What about me?
You had an announcement.
Oh, yeah. So after the show, I'm jumping on with Reverend Rob Lee and his new YouTube site, which was it's Dynamic Life Perspectives.
Oh,
So, and it used to be under Reverend Tara with an Attitude. I think you can still find it under that. So, yeah, if you want to jump on over, if you can find me, I'll be on that show live.
Rebecca's doing double duty
Color, I'm
tonight.
doing double duty tonight. Woohoo!
Yeah,
So
I
continue
love
this conversation. We're gonna jump into some other things. So yeah.
it.
Oh, I also have another announcement. See, I'm full of it. Look what happens. I was gonna tell about my trip.
Which one?
So to England.
Oh, yes.
So it looks like, for all those people out there over the pond, that I will be taking a trip in September to across the pond. How exciting!
Yay!
And so I'm telling everyone because that's one of the reasons I'm doing this workshop with my friend. And also, if anybody out there, why I am traveling around, who knows where I'll be because I have no plans at this moment. But if you like to host me for an event or you like a private session or anything like that, while I'm over the pond, you know my website, find me. We can set something up and yeah, go from there. The painting class or group whatever or whatever you want to do. So we can tailor something together. So, but I'll be traveling around. So watch out, England, here I come.
I love it. I love it. And again, everyone, we want to thank you as we honor your presence and your energy, as we value our time, as we value yours, as we deliver such amazing energy and wisdom to you to step into your highest and best self and know that what is meant for you is meant for you. And there's always a lesson to be learned in whatever course or recourse or experience that
Exactly.
you're connected to. And until next week, everyone, keep exploring.
Remember, don't limit yourself. Create yourself. Be the change in you and claim who you are.
Till
Mwah.
next week, everyone.
Till next week.